Hi there, welcome to Habibi Chicken Shop. How can I help you today?
Hello, my name is Mekhan, and I was wondering if I could get a reservation for how about tomorrow at 1 p.m.?
Sure, Mekhan. How many people will be joining you for the reservation tomorrow at 1 p.m.?
I'll be bringing 3 people.
Let me check the availability for tomorrow at 1 p.m. for 4 people. Great news, Mekhan. We have availability for 4 people tomorrow at 1 p.m. Could you please provide your email address and let me know if you have any special requests, such as halal dietary preferences or seating choices?
Yeah, so I only eat halal, and my email is meklek20@gmail.com.
Thank you, Mekhan. I've noted your halal dietary preference. Let me finalize your reservation for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Your reservation is confirmed, Mekhan. We look forward to serving you and your guests at Habibi Chicken Shop tomorrow at 1 p.m. Thank you and see you soon.
Bye-bye. So as you can see here, the assistant was able to book my reservation for the chicken shop. Now it got my email and it got any special notes that I added. It also gave me a cow video link, which we should remove. But anyways, as you can see, the agent talked to the customer, gathered the necessary details, and immediately booked the reservation where it was available. Now, the average restaurant getting 30 to 100 phone calls per day or even more during peak hours, overwhelmed staff and missed reservations are really common problems that we see in restaurants. And so what if your restaurant could book more reservations, answer every single call, and overall boost customer satisfaction, all without hiring any more staff? Now it is possible with AI voice agents like the one I just showed you. Now you might be wondering, what are some of the benefits of using an AI agent rather than a human agent? Well, the main benefit is the 24/7 availability. Since it's not a real person, you'll never ever miss a call, even if it's after hours. The AI agent will always respond right away, it won't lag at all, it'll save you money. Well, this AI agent that we have on Retell costs about 8 cents per minute, which totals to about $9 an hour or even less. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you only pay for what you use. So if you're going through a rough patch and business is a little slow, you don't have to worry about spending hundreds on this AI agent because it's only being charged for you when the AI agent is answering calls. Now, another benefit of this is that it's very customizable and it's very scalable. You can use these voice AI agents to pick up calls and to make calls themselves for any case that you have. If you are new to the channel, my name is Mekhan and I've been building software solutions for the past 4 years. And now I run my own AI automation agency, helping businesses scale and streamline their operations using AI agents like the one you just saw before. Now, before we build the system, let me walk you through the overall steps and the flow of the conversation. So, of course, the customer calls, the agent picks up the call and answers any questions they might have. It might be about dietary restrictions or directions to the restaurant. Maybe it's next to a really popular landmark. And then after that, the AI agent prompts them to reserve a table. Now, if they want to reserve a table, then they're going to ask for the time and how many guests they'll be bringing. And then it goes to cal.com, which is integrated with your Google Calendar, to check, is this restaurant available at that time or not? If it's not available, then it'll suggest alternative times, and then the customer can select an alternative time. Then, of course, we move on to the name, email, and reservation confirmation. Then the AI agent will simply end the call. But if the first time that they ask for is available, then it's a very simple process. We just ask for the name and the email to confirm the reservation, and we immediately politely end the call. Now, everything works on top of Retell, cal.com, which is integrated with Google Calendar, and if you would like, you can also integrate it with ChatGPT. Now, another really important part about the AI agent is the knowledge base. Now, usually this comes in the form of a website, any free text, or just any documents. So in this restaurant case, you could easily simply upload your menu, and then you can make a knowledge base like I have here. So this is just a simple document. Of course, this isn't a real store, but it's just an imaginary one called Habibi Chicken Shop. We have a little founding story over here, some directions to our restaurant. We have our hours of operation, which is really important for booking the appointments. And of course, we have our menu. Now, our menu is really important, especially in the knowledge base, so that we can make sure that the customer knows that we are a halal restaurant, or maybe we're only vegan. It really depends on what type of restaurant you are. But this is really important because we're simply going to upload these documents to Retell AI, and it's going to train a bot with this information, and then we can edit this bot on Retell AI and customize it specifically for our restaurant. So right as we upload the knowledge base, now our agent has the knowledge of everything that we've given it, and we don't need to give it too much. It just has to be pretty simple and enough about your restaurant so that they know what they're doing. And without further ado, let's move on to Retell AI. Great, so now that we know all about the knowledge base and the overall workflow of our agent, let's build it. So as you can see here, I'm in Retell AI. They do have a free trial. So right now I've actually put in my credit card and I'm paying for this. But right when you sign up, you get 1 hour of free calling with your AI agent. All you're going to do is you're going to click on Create an Agent, Multi-Prompt Agent, since it's going to be scheduling appointments, which is our reservations. They have a couple templates here, but I would recommend that you just click Start from Blank and it'll give you an agent. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot to digest here, but let me go over it quickly. So this section is just a bunch of functions and really the back end of your agent. For example, these functions I have right now, check calendar availability and book appointment, are simply what's working in the back end to book these appointments on cal.com. Now, over here we have the testing area where we can test the LLM, we can test our agent. As you can see here, it just immediately says, "Hi there, welcome to Habibi Chicken Shop. How can I help you today?" We can either talk to it with our microphone, or we can just simply type messages to it. The really important part of all of this here is this area. Now, this is the system prompt. You can think of this kind of like the brain of the AI agent because it essentially tells the agent exactly what to do. Usually, best prompting practices is to put either hashtags or asterisks or any type of symbol in front of the words so that they know that every hashtag or symbol is a different section. And as you can see here, we have role, we have the task. Now, as general knowledge, so you guys know, for any type of AI agent, you can even use this when you're simply talking to ChatGPT. AI agents and LLMs love role-playing. Now, if you put this LLM in a situation where you make them think that they are what you want them to be, then they work much better. So instead of just saying, "Oh, I want you to make these reservations," you should give it kind of an identity. So as you can see here, we named ours Sarah. Your name is Sarah and you're an experienced restaurant receptionist at Habibi Chicken Shop, a popular eatery known for its delicious grilled chicken and fried chicken. Then we give it its task, and then we tell it a little bit about our process. Now, all of these resources that I have over here are available on the link in the description, which is simply my Notion site. It's completely free, no sign up, no nothing. I just have the system prompt over here, which is all of this. And then I have some states, which are down here that I'm going to go over in a second. Now, as you can see, the system prompt is pretty long, as you can see, but it is pretty simple. You can also just ask ChatGPT to make you a system prompt if you're starting out and you don't really know what to do. You can do that. Now, a really important thing to realize is that functions are what allow us to work with other software that are outside of Retell AI. Now, of course, since Retell AI is such a popular platform, they've made their own integrations with cal.com. Now, if you don't know what cal.com is, it's essentially just another calendar software. which you can integrate with your Google Calendar. Now, right as you sign up for cal.com, it's going to ask you to integrate it with your Google Calendar. So if you're in America, I'm pretty sure this is very popular for you. And anything that shows up through cal.com will be added to your Google Calendar, just like you saw in the demo. As you can see here, it has the functions built in, so it can check calendar availability and book on this calendar that we have in cal.com. All you need to do is put in your API key and the event ID, which I'll show you how to do. And you have to make sure that if you're customizing this for your own use, you have to make sure that the function names are the same. So as you can see here, I have check calendar availability. I tell the agent, I tell Sarah in the prompt to call this function to check, are we available at that time to take the customer? Now, as you can see, that's the exact same name that we have over here. And we have book appointment down here as well, right here. I tell it to call this function, which is book appointment, and it'll book appointment right there. Now, other than that, all you have to know is this section over here where the welcome message is. Now, if you're cold calling and you want to make your own custom agent to cold call or lead qualification, then of course you would choose the first option, which is the AI remains silent until the customer is talking first. But I've chosen this one because we want our AI to start the conversation so that we can let them know that we're here. Now, all that's left over here is the prompt tree. Now, this might seem a little complicated, but it's genuinely very simple. These are called states, and the states are basically like the flow of the conversation, but in more of a smaller scale. Of course, in our flow, we had many steps, but here it's more of just grouping them into one. So as you can see, our starting state, we have like a mini system prompt over here, and we just tell it, answer the caller with any questions they might have, and then the whole goal of this call is to book a reservation. So we tell it to move on to this book reservation state. And of course, here in the states, you can add function as well. But if you already have these functions in the overall functions page, which is over here, then you don't need to add them because they're unique. So these states are just if you want to make sure that your agent is very well trained, you can add these states. Now, of course, I have everything linked in the description on my little Notion site. And I have all of the states if you'd like to use them. For a really basic AI agent, they're not necessary, but it's still good. And then I have this knowledge base. Now, right now, I'm just giving you an overview of Retell AI and all of this dashboard stuff over here. I have this knowledge base called Habibi Chicken Shop. And all you have to do to make your own knowledge base is you click over here. So you can see on the left side, we have a knowledge base. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add our knowledge base, your knowledge base. You can call it whatever you want. And just like I said, you can add web pages. So you can add your own website if you have a professional website up already. You can upload files or you can add text. Now, after you've done that, you're just going to click on save and you're going to wait for this check mark to appear, which tells you that the AI has been trained on your data, and you can simply apply this knowledge base to any agent that you want. Now, of course, I am going to be helping you go on cal.com and get ready and get your whole entire agent up. So all you have to do is you're going to navigate to cal.com, you're going to make an account, and as you make an account, it's going to prompt you to integrate your Google Calendar, which is right over here. Then, of course, after you integrate your Google Calendar, you can set up your availability and everything. So now what you have to do is you have to go over here on the left side to event types. Now you're going to add a new event. You can call it whatever you want. If you have a Zoom URL, then you can do that here. But since this is for our restaurant reservation, we're just going to leave this empty and we can put restaurant reservation here. And however long you feel like the reservation would be. I know some restaurants are very quick and fast eating, so sometimes they do 30 minutes, but most of the times I would say 60 minutes is good. Now click on continue and make your event type. After that, you're going to see I already have mine made, so I'm just going to show you what to do from here. You can click on it, and right over here in the URL, there's going to be this number. It's always going to be some type of 6 to 7 digit number, or pretty long. It won't be 2 or 3 digits, that's for sure. And all you're going to do is you're going to copy this, and this is your event ID. So over here in the functions, you're just going to click add, check calendar availability at first, and then book on the calendar next. Now, let me just show you how it looks. So let me name this a different name so that it won't conflict with my existing one. Of course, we don't have our API key yet. We're getting there. But over here, this event type ID from cal.com is the one exactly from our URL. Now, after we have that, all that's left is to get our API key, and we can start making, and our cal.com can work with our agent to make reservations on our Google Calendar. Of course, this is looking like it's going to be complicated, but it's very simple. So you can see here on our profile, this is it. Now we go down to developer API keys. I have one right here. I think you can't see your API keys after you make them, so make sure that you do copy it right away. So let's say demo restaurant API key. Now, I would set this to never expires because then you don't have to worry about changing it. So just save it, and it's going to be something like this. Cal live, a bunch of random numbers and letters. You're going to copy this, and you're going to put this into your API key. Now you can simply save the function and make sure you reference it over here in your system prompt, because it's not going to know what you're talking about if you don't have any functions over here. Of course, once you have this going, all that's left is to test out your agent, and you can customize it as much as you want. At the top over here, you can see that we have the GPT model, the voice, and what language. Right now, it is somewhat limited in the languages portion, but it is pretty lengthy, pretty extensive, I would say. And of course, there are accents, and most of these voices, they come from 11 Labs. So if you've ever worked with that software, then you should know all about it. But these are just voices that people have trained. As you can see, all of them have this little 11 Labs. You can hear a sample. If you have an 11 Labs voice that is just like yours, then you can also add your own custom voice. And you can voice clone yourself here, actually, which I didn't know, but now I do. So that's essentially all you have to know to make your first AI agent. Now, I have all of the resources for free. Just click the link in the description, which is the Notion site. And I have this system prompt linked. Of course, the system prompt is just copied exactly like mine. And then I have the Knowledgebase. I believe you can change it according to your restaurant. And I have all the state information as well. So just like that, you can now make your own AI agent for your restaurant, which is never ever going to miss any calls. Now, this will definitely boost your customer satisfaction and get your reputation up, because in your peak hours, nobody will be having their calls missed. Of course, all that happens is that once we move on to the conversation, once the agent starts talking about the reservation times, it simply works with cal.com to check if there's availability there. Now, the levels to this are that cal.com first checks its own availability and then checks your Google Calendar as well. So they work together to make sure that you're not going to get any conflicting meetings or reservations or appointments. Of course, this can be applied for reservation booking, appointment booking, and meeting booking as well. Now, all that there is left to know is that you can customize this for anything, and it is fairly cheap. Now, the beautiful thing, as I mentioned at the start of the video when I was talking about the benefits, is that it's only getting charged for what it's used. Of course, if business is slow and you're not getting much call volume, then the only thing you're charged for is the number. And last part, just to make sure you guys are fully set up to deploy your own AI agent for your restaurant, let me show you how to get a number. So here you can see, you navigate to phone numbers over here. I already have a phone number. An inbound call agent just means which agent do you want to pick up the calls, and outbound means which agent do you want to make calls through this number. Now, you can add your own number through SIP trunking, which I'll make a video on later, or you can simply buy a new number. Each number is only $2 a month, which I think is really cheap. And for each agent, it's only 12.5 cents per minute, as you can see here. Of course, this pricing does come from the combination of whatever model you're using and whatever voice you're using. Almost all of the voices are around the same price. Maybe voice cloning would be a little bit higher. And I'm sure that all of these different languages are also very, very similar in their prices. The only thing I would say that differs in the price is the model. Now, of course, we have all of these new models. As you can see here, GPT-4o Mini Real Time is very expensive. It's almost it is 2.5 times GPT-4o. They have other models such as Claude, but the way to go is always GPT-4o if you want your agent to be talking and performing, interacting very well with your customers. And if you're not really believing in this sort of AI agent space and you are kind of skeptical, you don't want to waste money at all, then of course you can switch over here to GPT-4o Mini, which is almost 5 times less, which will make your price per minute 8 cents. Now I'm going to switch back to 4o because I need 4o. I want good performance, but 4o Mini is also pretty good. It is a little laggy though from what I've used. And I think that's it for this video. Now, after seeing this video, you're able to make your own AI agent specifically for your restaurant so that you never miss calls, you get many more reservations, and you're able to become a very popular restaurant around your area. So that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in these types of AI agents, then I'll be making a lot more videos detailing how to make different use cases. Maybe instead of the AI agent picks up the call, the AI agent will be making the calls. And those are